Good morning, everyone. My name is Riddhi. I am here to present some little inputs about the goal setting today. So, goal setting has always been a challenge throughout. We try to fix a goal, we don't achieve it, and we just go down the line and end up like demotivated that we haven't achieved anything. So I just wanted to share some of my experience where we can make the goals more achievable. The goals can be more smarter, and then we can try to, work around it, even if we find that the goals where we built in were failing at a point of time. How can we fix them? So I'll just try and start my session. You guys can raise your hands if you have any questions, or you can put it in your question box so we can, take it at the end of the session. Let me know if you feel that I'm going too fast or too slow. We can just try and cover up that. All right, so goal settings. Smart work is an outcome of a continuous hard work. So that is a very stated fact. You don't have a hard work, you cannot really work smart, because that is how the life is built in. Nothing comes easy. And just about me, I have a 12 and a half years of experience. I'm a manager internal audit right now. I've done my master's in finance. I'm a master's in international business. I've done my company secretary executive level. I'm also, as a professional affiliation, I have it with IIA US. I am working as a secretary for them for IIA Madras chapter. At the moment, I am working in Chennai in one of the US MNCs, and this is one of my idea to work more around management and have life hacks and just try and learn reading more how to make my life a better. We'll go to the next page. We'll come directly to what we have right now. We have a goal setting agenda. Goals, what they are. Well, a goal is nothing much, but then more of an idea we desire to, for a future, and, what is the result that a person or a group of people envision for now and for the future. So when we plan something, we are really committed to it. People are trying to endeavor those goals to reach them and find a time to set a deadlines to a goal. So a goal is not achieved until you are planning a end date to it. Your goals could be very ambiguous. You can say, I want to do this, but that doesn't have an end date to it. You've got to have an end date to what your goal is. You have to have an idea first to reach to that goal. So a goal is roughly similar to a purpose. What is your purpose in life? What is your aim? What you want to do? And what is the anticipated result out of it? What could be, it could be something materialistic. You want to earn a lot of money. You have a lot of abstract objects. You want a mental peace. You want an intrinsic value, something very in the similar lines. So there is a very famous quote, you are what you do, not all what you say. There are a lot of people who say a lot of things, but they end up doing nothing, which is like the result is zero to whatever they say. We don't add value until we try and do something out of it. So if we try to do something, we have to give numbers to it, or we have to find what is the result or an outcome of it. We cannot just say, and we can say that is my goal and I'm trying to achieve it. Why do goals generally go weak, and how do we generally plan? If we have a same old thinking, we will gonna have the same old methods. If you think your goals are not up to the mark, and you're getting the same results over and over again, you're not able to achieve them, I think it's a high time you should start planning to change the way you plan your goals or you plan your future. I have given a very basic example, this is happening from last 7 years. I want to get healthy. I want to go for a walk. I want to exercise. I want to jog. But we end up saying, oh my God, I can't do this. It's like, if it is Delhi, it's too cold. If it is some other part of India, it is too hot. We cannot get up in the morning. I can't do this. I can't do that. So these things generally restrict you to not to achieve your goals, because we have the same old thinking. We are wired like that, that we do not try to achieve something which is out of our comfort zone. So when we try to break that chain, we will have a new result. So if we want to understand what could be uh, the best failures for us when we are trying to, map our goals, we have 10 biggest, measures where we can be like, we have not planned ourselves very well, or our goals are not well defined. So the first one is our goals are not very specific. We want to be rich. Everyone wants to be rich, but what is your specification? How much money do you want in your bank? How much do you want to, acquire in the social, social well-being? How do you want to get it? Like, you want to get a Ferrari, or you want to just be happy with a Maruti, or you want to, what is your ambition? You have to be very specific about it. So this is the first and foremost reason when you fail to achieve your goal. We want to do something, but we are not specific about what we want to do. The second most biggest, failure is we have a lot of doubts in us. Our doubts is like, what if I can't do this? I don't believe in this. I'm not sure if I can, go ahead and, do like a 10K marathon next year. You got to train your body to get into a 10K marathon. You cannot achieve anything before you plan or you be specific and you don't break that. Then the next one we have is they are not working for it. We design a goal, we make a planner every year. Generally we have a habit of doing, the first day of the new year, we are making some, commitments to ourselves. This is my resolution. I'm going to do it for the entire year. There are more than 95% of the people who end up not following for more than a month. And there are a lot of 80% of the people who don't even follow after a week. So you're not working for your goal. So please don't blame to your success if you're not working for it. Then there are goals which are not motivating enough. Like, people are not lazy. Tony Robbins says they simply have a more, no, not important goals. Then the goals do not inspire them. So your goals have to inspire you daily. For example, if you want to do a 10K, what do you get out of it? You get a healthy body, you get a active mind, you get a fit lifestyle. But are you motivated enough to achieve that 10K? If you're not, I think you're lacking your motivation and you need to redesign your goal. Like, you have to answer what motivates you to have that goal. The next one is they're not committed enough. You have to get up in the morning. You have to eat your breakfast. You have to eat your lunch to have a survival. If you cannot survive there, that is something your survival agents will break down, and your commitment to your food is like eternity. If your commitment for food is not there, you are not having a healthy day. So you got to have the commitment to your goals at the same level you have it for your food, because a commitment can make you what you are today. And if you're not committed to your goal, your dreams will shatter in any form and no matter what. If you don't focus on your goals, you may end up again, just try to, lose a motivation in the midway. You got to be very focused on your goal, because every day you will have to motivate. You have to, give your thrust to your body. Yes, you have to achieve this. Don't give too many excuses like, I couldn't do this, I didn't have time, I was able to do it, but I was not able to do it. There are many people. These are the category of unsuccessful people who give excuses. My boss is not very comfortable. I cannot achieve my goal because my boss is like that. No, you gotta find a way where you can be smart enough to tackle that position and just find a way to make your work done, because you don't have time to get distracted from your goals. And that is where my next points come. You don't know how to handle a failure because your boss said you're not good for anything. If you're not good for anything, then how are you here? You have to ask a question. A boss statement of a day does not make you what you are for your entire life. You have to stop taking things and people's comment personally. They don't make you. You are your own judge. You have to live your life the way you want to. So you have to stop getting distracted with those comments also. What is the real reason when you started, when you constructed a goal? You wanted a good life for yourself. Do you allow the noise around the people to make that this is not for you? You are the person who's going to decide if this is for you or not the noise around it. Don't give up too soon. If people give up too soon, the goals fail. You will have a failure, you will have a distraction, you may end up having, not managing your time. But at the end of the day, you don't have to give up. That is the core essence in life. You find a failure, it's okay, it's absolutely fine. Everyone has failures. But if you see Elon Musk today, after so many failures, he's an achiever today because he understood failure is the biggest part of his achievement. Until he failed, he never tried again. And he tried again, so he found a success at the end of the day. So if you run into a wall, don't turn around and give up, because figure out how to climb it, go through it, or work around it. This is a very famous quote by Michael Jordan. You have to find a way instead of finding an excuse, and that is it. When we generally say what is our goal should be, what can our goal, how can we design our goals, what are goals, what do I want, what I don't want. You want to develop a new hobby. I want to stay focused. I want to manage my work better. I want to get a promotion. I want to be more organized. I want to write a book. Let's say I want to start a new company. I want to watch less TV, no mobiles, no social medias. I want to start playing a new instrument, or I want to learn a new instrument. For me, I'm a hydrophobic. For me, it was a challenge to learn swimming. It took me around 2 years to learn a basic level swimming, but I didn't give up. My coaches were like very supportive. I was very interested to learn swimming, and I went ahead. And today I am confident enough that I can swim really well. I can save myself. That is the confidence I have today. So that was my goal. I achieved it, and I'm very happy about it. It gives me, I generally give a pat to my back that a hydrophobic could learn swimming. So anything can happen in the world. What happens when you have a set goals, and what happens when you don't really set your goals? So generally, when we set our goals and when we don't set our goals, the results are absolutely different. The results are different. Why and what for? So if you have a very organized day, like, you're starting your day and it is very organized, the end result will be you're happy, you know what you did, you find your life a little in your control. You know you can predict a result for tomorrow because you gave, or you delivered a very good day. It could be getting up on time, it could be having your healthy routine, it could be your working, you completed your job on time, you sent everything to your boss and your deliverables are complete. It could be, everyone having a meal together. So these are like a very different things where you can do it. So setting up a goal, what it is, it has a sense of purpose. You have an exact plan for achieving success. You use time to the best ability and you stick to the plan. Time plays a very important role when you are setting up a goal or when you're trying to build something new for you and that is more achievable, because time specific goals generally makes you more predictive in life, how you can design your future. You don't procrastinate, or you are doing only important tasks which are making you more, you know look forward towards what your goals are. You're getting more aligned to your goals versus you're procrastinating, you're being lazy about it. You're motivated to, just have a more better idea throughout day, just design your day in a better way. You're in a more discipline and you know what is going to happen tomorrow. It fulfills your desires and sets new goal. Of course it does. If you have the entire day or a routine in your hand, you have a lot of free time for you. You can do a lot new things which you are already doing. And end result is you become successful. A success is not measured with how much money you have in your bank. A success is always measured on how successfully you're living your life, which is with your mental peace. You have people around you to talk. You have a new motivation daily to get up and just live your life. If you don't set your goals, there are like all in the red, five things may happen. You're not sure of your life purpose. People end up, demotivated, not doing anything in their life, and they're just stuck to one place. That is because they're not motivated enough, or they have a lot of set failures which they couldn't overcome. If you don't have a plan for success, it gets stalled along the way. Does not know what to spend time on achieve success and stay stagnant in their pursuit of success. So this is not a very good idea to not to set goals. Goals are very important in life. We need to stick to a plan. Everyone say stick to the plan. But we may have to design the plan in a manner to be very realistic that our goals are achievable to us. Now, when we have this, what can we do to achieve them? We have understood what could be area where we can fail. What do we do wrong that we are not able to achieve our goals? What are the purpose where we fail? We are not able to give our 100% commitment. But there are answers in the world where we can use the best practices for all the successful people and help to achieve our own goals with their best practices. We can learn from their failures. We can learn from what is the tip and trick in the life to be more successful. So, what is your purpose of life? You have to define it. You have to take a pen and paper. You have to take your whatever is more convenient to you. Take a pen and paper, take your Excel spreadsheet, just put your goals. What is your purpose of life? What do you want to do? What do you want to achieve? How do you want to see yourself 5 years down the line? This is a very common question which any interviewer asks you. But if you're not clear with the purpose of life, you may first end up losing that job and second end up losing your confidence because you couldn't answer that question because you never prepared that answer. So your purpose of life consists of central motivating aims of your life, the reason you get up every day, the purpose of your life decision, what is the behavior that influences you, how you can shape your life better. You can offer yourself a sense of direction with the clarity of the purpose of life. So you have to create a meaningful life instead of just, passing by it. You have to be very sure what you want to do in life. So for some people, purpose is connecting to vocation, which is meaningful, satisfying work. There could be more purpose to the life. A guru has a different purpose of life. A saint or a monk has a very different purpose of life. A businessman has a different purpose of life. A teacher would have a different purpose of life because you choose your career, you choose your lifestyle, you choose what you want to do or what you want as an end result. Your purpose consists of a central motivating of your life and the reason. Purpose can guide life decisions. They influence people's behavior, offer goals, offer a sense of direction for some people connected to, the entire lifestyle. So, how can you set your goals? How can you, right now, you can actually set your goals. If you have a pen and a paper, you can just pull that out. You can just try and build one goal for yourself by just getting aligned to these five specifics. So if you guys are ready, you can just go ahead, pull out one paper and pen, and we'll just start documenting one thing before we end up the session. So I'll just start with this. You have to design one specific goal which you're clear about and you want to achieve by end of the day today. It just has to be one small goal which you can design, you can define, and is very much achievable, realistic. The next, you have to measure your goal. Like, what is the specific time you want to achieve this? What is the goal behind? What is the degree of success? How much success you'll get when you achieve this goal? For example, you want to complete any of your pending tasks. It could be on a weekend. You want to clean something, you want to rearrange something, you want to reorganize your folders, anything. Take one small task, just write it. What is the specifics you want to do it? If it is cleaning your entire desktop, you want to realign your desktops, folders again. If it is cleaning your wardrobe, you have to realign, how do you want to clean your wardrobe? So these are more of a measurable goals. How can you measure it, like it is achieved or not achieved? The next one is you got to have an attainable goal. You make sure the goals can be achieved. You cannot just, clean the entire house in one day because it's a goal for you. That is not achievable. You will end up not having success to what you wanted out of it because that is not achievable. It is going to be a big failure for you because you set it up your marks so up, you set it up yourself so high that you ended up landing like it's a big failure because you never decided for that. You have to quantify your goal with a time. You have to quantify your goal with what is achievable, what is realistic versus being very vague about your goal. That is my next thing, which is being relevant to your goals. Even if you want to clean your wardrobe, is it relevant for you today? Do you want to clean up your desktop? Is it relevant? Or you have something which is more relevant and you can utilize that time for achieving that share of goal. That could be very different. You want to go and meet someone. That could be one goal for you, that you haven't catch up with someone from so long time. I understand this is lockdown and you're not visiting too much, but if you have someone you want to talk to, you haven't done it for so long, that could be a goal, catching up with your friends. The next one is you have to set a time bound to your goals. Like I said, if you're taking a pen and paper for today's session, you have to mark it has to end by day. You cannot go beyond day because it's a very small goal. But if you have to design your goal in a bigger manner, I'm just going to walk you through how you can do it so you can be more specific around like how can you design your or break your goals. So these are few steps where you can go in a much larger way, where you have a goals maybe for your lifetime, maybe for 5 years, 3 years, 2 years, 1 year, or maybe a career goal throughout. You have to break down your goals into a task to always achieve them. Now, what task is? A task is nothing but a work which you have to do in your to-do list. It is a task could be just going for a walk, or task could be just completing a file, or task could be taking a shower. That's a task for us throughout the day. Now we have to establish the goal. You gotta fix it. Okay, this is my goal for today. I'm not gonna do more than that, and this is it. You have to create a map of milestones. Now, milestones, how do you figure out those milestones? Example, you have taken a career goal, which is like in the down the line 5 years, you wanna be get promoted, you wanna have this handsome salary, and this is your milestone. If you don't achieve this, you have to refigure out, or you have to rewire or rethink yourself to find a way to achieve that milestone. Now, when you create a map, you are very much self-aware, or you can be your own judge to see if the milestones or your goal setup is working towards the same direction what you have been trying to do. So you have to always come up with a task list. You have to break that task list into multiple, which is what kind of support do you need to achieve in each step. This is for sure that every goal you design, you cannot achieve alone. You have to admire the ability that every goal or every work you do is interdependent. You cannot be you cannot be independent throughout life, that you can do everything alone. the beauty of achieving anything or the beauty of success is not only one. It is a contribution of a lot of people which makes you what you are today. So you have to identify where all would you need a support, where would you need to achieve each step, and each step you have to be acknowledging each one of them. That will make you more motivating around, and that will make you more thankful and gratitude, like, okay, we did something nice. So you have to create a timeline accordingly to work towards the completing of the each task, which is what you designed in for the next 5 years for your career, or you designed something for your work life, or you designed something for your personal life, or you have designed something for your parents. There have to be a task list which you have done it. Trust me, you will have a big smile every end of the day because your day went very well as planned. A goal is nothing but a better planning for your life. So there are few golden rules for setting up a goal. These are the master rules. You are setting up yourself for success, not failure. A goal is never designed for failure. You're planning your life to be successful. Your future proof your goals. You have to identify if that is really realistic. Like, you cannot just say, I want to go to moon. I just want to land to moon. I want to join NASA if you're an art student, because you can't do that. That's not achievable. So you create a clear roadmap to achieve your goals. For example, if you want to do your masters and you want to appear for common aptitude test in India, you have to be very sure that what are the subjects which are going to be asked for common aptitude test. You have to design, you have to mark your goal. I want this much percentile. I want to crack IIM. In IIM, which IIM institute or which location do I want to go for? You have to be very specific and mark it as in a milestone. I want to study like this, that I achieve this much percentile in my CAT exams. Take considered risk. Risk is essential everywhere. You are taking a risk is one of the form of identifying your own ability, or you're pushing yourself every day, that how much is your capability to do something out of your comfort zone. A risk is nothing much but identifying your capacity to do something which you have never done. So there are two kind of risks. You are being very considerable. This is very predictive risk. There are some risks which are out of your control. Could be natural calamities or everything. You cannot do anything about that. But you don't design your goal that there could be a natural calamity and my entire goals will go off, because COVID-19 was one of the pandemic which no one designed for their 2020. I think many of the goal settings have taken a revision right now for the last year. So they are going to be continued now in 2021, but this is something you couldn't even imagine could happen. So you should always have an attitude of an action, because 2020 is done. You're gone, you're done and dusted with that. But doesn't mean the entire 2021 and further go on will have the same scenario. Life is changing, people are changing. People developed so much in pandemic time that they found new hobbies, they found new ways to deliver their tasks. They found their own channels. There were too many channels for cooking, their hobbies, new hobbies. People turned from a job to an entrepreneurs. So there is a lot good thing also which happened because of their attitude, because they didn't wanted to stop, they never wanted to give up, and they just went on. Your goals offer do inspirations to you, because you get inspired daily to get up from your bed, like what is your purpose of life. You're very clear what you want to do today, and the next goal could be, there are people who try to be more helpful to others and they find it very pleasing to themselves. You're able to help 10 more people, or you are able to learn something new out of the people. So these are a few 6 golden rules. If you apply, you think over it, you will have a lot of, success, a lot of happiness throughout your day. I would like to, walk you through what could be type of goals. Now, the goals can be different. There are like more than as defined in the management books, there are more than 44 types of goals. But these are some bigger things which I would like to highlight here. Long-term goals could be for a lifetime. They could be like more than 5 years or more than, just a lifetime goal. Your lifetime goal is to be happy. That's one goal. What do you do to be happy? What is your motivation level daily to be happy? That has to be defined in your goal constructions. Like, this is my goal sheet. We have first, which is second, is your medium term goals, which varies from 1 to 5 years generally. We have these goals for our promotions, for our office work, for our academic achievements, what we do. Then we have short term goals, being healthy, participating marathons, learning a new hobby, learning a new instrument, organizing yourself, or something which we have never tried before. We want to try something new. So we have five different kind of goals, which is your career goals. Or how do you see yourself in next 5 years? A common question by every interviewer, which we have, and then you have to define why do you see yourself in next 5 years there. Your financial goals. How much money do you want to have in your bank in next 5 years? You want to buy a new home. You want to buy a new car. Do you have that potential amount of money in your bank that you can buy it? If you cannot buy it, what you can do better to construct a goal that you can buy a new home for yourself. And if you can buy a new home in next 5 years, what should be your next goal? Do you want to invest in a new area? You want to be an angel investor, or you want to create a new source of income for you? Those could be your financial goals. A career goal could be you want to learn something new. You want to build your career in a different domain. You want to build your career as a musician. You want to build your career as a painter. You want to build your career as a athlete. There could be a different career options, but you want to put your heart and soul to it to make that career choice possible for you. So personal goal development goals. Now, personal development goals is something very much related to what I am trying to train you right now, which is your goal setting. Goal setting comes under your personal development. You have a defined area to understand what goals could be. You know what you are doing in life. You just don't walk away from an area, just pass by and saying, I don't know what I'm doing, because because your goals are specific, what you're doing today, what you're going to do tomorrow or next 5 years. This is my plan. You have plans, but your plans have to be realistic and achievable. Now, there are other spiritual goals, which I said monks have spiritual goals, and any individual has a spiritual goals. How do they want to develop themselves in a spirituality? How do they want to learn new things in spirituality if you're a spiritual person? If you're not, then you want to have a different kind of mental peace, and there are a way of procedures where you can identify what could be your way of identifying a mental peace. Then we have the next one, which is your relationship goals. Your relationship goals could be with anyone, your family, your parents, your friends, your spouse, or your manager, or maybe someone who's just met you on the street. How do you meet with a person? Do you, give your positive vibes to them, or you just, you don't make an impact on the person? That is something where you have to be really focused, because that impact is made if you are positive inside. And if you're successful and you're positive, you definitely be an influencer for anyone. So I'll just move next and give you 10 steps to have an effective goal settings. You got to take actions. You have to try harder every time. Keep practicing until you get it. You have to keep and keep on practicing. Explore a different way. If you think you're failing it every day, you have to stop. You don't want to waste time. You want to keep and explore a different way of achieving your goal. You will have to rethink, rewire your process to find a new way. And maybe that is something which you have never thought about. That is taking a risk because you're rewiring your entire goal. But that could be the most achievable measurement. Ask someone for advice. When things don't happen your way, you have to request a mentor, you have to request a person who knows you well, and take an advice from a person you think is more ethical and have more better way to of your understanding that what you want to do in your life. Even if you want to go for, like, you can walk up to your parents for very small and big advice because they know you in and out. So that is again a life. We are social people and we are dependent, and we have a lot of dependency on everything day-to-day tasks we do. The next one is do your best. Whatever you do, doesn't matter. If that gives you result immediately, well and good. If it doesn't give you a result, please don't wait to let the result be announced. Just move, because the time you spend in waiting is the worst time you spend in regretting later, because you actually gave up your most essential time to something which was not expected. So just move, do your best, and move on. Learn how others did it. So learn. My basic agenda always in life is to learn from people's failure. You don't repeat that failure. You don't repeat those mistakes what people did. You have to find a better way, because you can see what happened and you can be a better judge how they did. How can you do it better from them? You have to build upon your strengths. People have this that they don't wake up early in the morning. That could be that could be a weakness for someone, but that could be a strength for someone, because that person can be awake for the late night. The late nights are not supposed to waste your time. That is a time where you can build upon yourself. It is not that what time you wake up and what time you sleep. It is the time you're awake. Are you utilizing those 12 hours very efficiently or not? The time, the calendar, it is just gas. You don't even have to understand that. You just have to understand your 12 hours have to be productive. Your 12 hours has to be towards your goal. It's okay if you didn't wake up on time. You don't have to be guilty about it. But it is not okay for not completing your task in a day. Even if you have to be awake for next 2 hours, then your regular sleeping time, it's okay, because you ended up achieving a small thing in the end of the day. Review and fix your mistakes. You did something nice today, but tomorrow, if you're not all pumped up, motivated to do what you have done yesterday, the day tomorrow will not end up as beautiful as it ended up today. You have to review what is a mistake. The mistake is you're not motivated enough. You did the task, what you were supposed to do today, because you were too happy to what you achieved in a day. So you have to really, take a back seat, celebrate your achievements, but always be focused on what your next goal is. And everyone says, don't give up, because if you give up, no one else is going to stand for you. It is you who's gonna make your life much better. No one else is gonna come and live your life. So just don't give up on yourself. There are goal ideas which are like available, and these could be, launch a podcast. You have to start learning cooking. You have to organize something. You have to create a social Zoom calls with everyone to get connected and be socially available to everyone. um, you have to understand how to say no to people in a assertive way, because if you say you be a yes person always, you will end up losing time for your goal. You will end up losing time for your own personal growth. You will have to manage a time that after your task is done, you are creating a time for others and not before that. Because at the end of the day, if you fail, your relationships will have a more bitterness, because you are not happy at first part and you'll try to throw that negativity to others also. Get your task done, get it finished, be happy and be with people. That will help you to create a better environment for your goals. Now, I personally use this a lot. This is called SMART goal technique. This is one of the most greatest techniques to create goals. This helps you to design your goal in a much structured manner, and it actually makes you, grill to every question. It challenges your brain daily that you never answered this question when you wanted to set up a goal. So I really want to walk you through this template. This has been a template which is being used by all successful people today who have achieved their goals. So anyone who has achieved goals is successful for me. Maybe if the person has $1 million in the balance or not, but yes, your goals have to be smart, which is you got to be specific what goals you want in life. You can measure those goals. They are attainable or they are achievable. They make relevance to what you're doing right now, and they are time bound. So when you have a time bound goals, you are responsible to find something which is not being asked to you before. So you are responsible for those goals. I will just share it with you, but these are something which is specific to what your smart goals should be. Now, a smart goal example could be right now. Uh, let's go with this exercise once. Your initial goal, what is there in your mind? Let's say we want to achieve a 10K marathon at the end of the year for a person who has never run before. So we are taking that I want to run a 10K marathon. Now, what do you want to accomplish? What do you want to accomplish? Who needs to be included? When do you want to do this? And why is this a goal? What do you want to accomplish? I want to run a 10K marathon. Who needs to be included? It is going to be me and my trainer. I need a trainer. I have never run 10K before. When do you want to do this? After a year. I have 365 days to train my body to get to a level where I can run a 10K marathon. Why is this a goal? It will give me a healthy body, a sense of achievement, a thing which I have never done before. Now, the second, is my goal measurable? Can you measure my progress? So, how can you measure progress and know if you have really successfully met your goal? If I finish a 10K run in one go, that is the measurement of my goal. I did it what I tried to do as a starting of the year. Now, is that achievable? Do you have the skills required to achieve the goal? If not, can you obtain them? So, do I have the skills to achieve a 10K? I would say no, on the first day, I don't have that skills. But can I do anything to obtain them? Yes. I can have a coach who can help me, give me the entire structure around it, that how can I achieve a 10K running in a marathon? What is the motivation of this goal? My first motivation is I want to challenge my comfort zone. I want to get out of my comfort so I can do a 10K run. Then, is the amount of effort required on par with what the goal is achieved? Uh, yes, the goal amount is of the effort is required at the par with what the goal is achieved. I would need a lot of help. I would, motivation from my family. I would need a motivation from my trainer. I need to be self motivated each time I want to recall myself. I want to run a 10K. Why is this goal relevant for me? My first relevance is I have never done this thing before. Why am I setting this goal now? Because I have never done this before. Is this aligned to overall objectives? Yes. This will give me a healthy routine. This will give me a healthy habits. I will grow more better in my life, and I will have a better healthy body. Now, the time bound. What is the deadline and is it realistic? I am giving myself 365 days to train my body, and it is absolutely realistic. If this is designed by someone who's in his 80s, I may have a question there because that's not realistic. He may not have that healthy body to train himself and get into a 10K marathon. A body of a 12-year-old child can definitely do it in 2 months or 3 months. So you have to be realistic in aligning your own goals. Is it possible? Is it doable? If it is not doable, then you may have to rethink and make your deadlines a better, so you don't end up failing into your goals what you wanted to achieve. So smart goal has to be review what you have written. These five specifics will make your brain to rethink on why did you decided on the goal first. There could be a different possible ways. When you start writing, you will have a different new objectives, you will have a new smaller goals or sub goals to your these goals which you want to achieve along, and that you can map onto your timeline. So this is throughout the goals, and I hope you guys use the smart goals technology. And I think this is something very specific I wanted to share with you. I don't have any like other thing to share, only one thing, which is like, if you achieve your goals and you find that your goals are specific, trust me, you will end up having a very very happy day and a happy period which the goals are designed, your purpose are there, and you will end up having a very happy and prosperous life when you are throughout with it. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm happy to answer them. Okay, I see a few questions around. Okay, what if people are not supportive? What if people around us are not supportive of goals? Alicia, I can just say this: if people are not supportive around you, you have to find better people around you. But you have to be sure that you get your goals aligned to people. Like you tell them specifically, you have to choose the right people around you. And even if they're not doing it for you, I think you have to be so stubborn that you follow your heart and you just go ahead for your goals. I hope I've answered your question. Do we have any other questions around there? Do let me know if you have any other questions. I can, send my email address in the chat box. If you have anything, just feel free to send me a mail and I'm happy to answer them. I can share this goal sheet with you guys. How's your family support important? Family support is very important, Deepika, because you are part of a family, and it is essential that you give them a proper education about your goals and your future, what you want to achieve in future. If you don't keep everyone aligned with your goals, it is going to be a tough to make everyone understand in every small step of your goal achievement. What if we don't get, they don't understand, which is okay if they don't understand, because there are certain things initially people find it, that they are not achievable, and you should go ahead with it if your heart says, and it is totally fine. What if perseverance of a goal becomes tough midway? You have to, Priyank, you have to really rewire your goal settings. You have to see if this old thinking methodology is not working for you. You have to find new ways to achieve your goals. And if it gets tougher, you have to get more tougher with life. I hope I answered your question. Okay. How to counter, Manjeet Singh says, how to counter when, I'm sorry, I just picked that up. How to counter when someone is trying to pull you down, seeing you are now running. You just have to ignore those noises, because people are generally pointing you out because they can't do it. So you have to ignore those noises and you have to just focus on what you're doing, Manjeet. Nisha, presentation was admirable. I really liked it. Your all points are valuable. Thank you so much. Deepika, how to really balance professional health and relationship goals? Plan the SMART goal template. I'm sure you'll have too many answers with these SMART goals, but you have to be really diligent and committed to, just write it down. You will spend like good 4 hours, but that's okay. Just go ahead. These 4 hours is going to make your life. Please go ahead and make this template for yourself. Do I have any other questions? All right. You have shared my email address with you. If you have any questions, please feel free to send me. Uh, in case you want any other help from me, please mention in your email. I'm going to share my presentation and the goal worksheet with you. You can also create this goal worksheet in Excel format because I generally use a lot of Excel for that. How important is making passion a profession? It is absolutely essential. I am very passionate about auditing, and I'm an auditor by profession and by passion too. Anushka, is it good to have more than two backup plans? Absolutely. It is always good to have multiple backup plans, but you don't have to give up on anything. Thank you so much, Manjeet. It was really good to have you guys here. Thank you so much. Absolutely, Shivamurthy. I'm gonna send you the worksheets. I'm gonna share all my worksheet with everyone who all was the participant. Thank you so much for leaving the email address. I understand, Anusha, but you have to don't give. You just don't give up from your what you want to do. Thank you so much, Deepika. All right, guys. Thank you so much for your time. I'll take all your messages through an email and send you the presentation and the SMART Goal worksheet. Please try and work out. Don't give up. And
Thanks, Shruti, for joining and giving this wonderful session. Hope
thank you.
everyone enjoy this session and learn lots of good things from this session.
Thank you so much, Rishi.
And yes, so we have many other such sessions on our platform bookmysession.live. So please visit that and register for the sessions which you like. There are so many free sessions are there where you can enroll and learn and grow yourself. So do please do
Absolutely.
that.
Yeah, thank you so much to this platform. I'm really glad I'm able to deliver this session, and a lot of people can, have this idea around the goal setting, which is the simplest thing in life, but helps you a lot.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Have a good day, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.